Our next speaker is Mashbean. Mashbean is a policy fellow at Harvard Kennedy School and a Next Billion Fellow at the Ethereum Foundation. Mashbean, left a career as a medical doctor inspired by the civic tech contribution to Taiwan, and now leads digital governance work with cypherpunk ideals. And so Mashbean has some wonderful ideas to contribute. Mashbean, please take it away.
Hi, everyone. I am mashbean from Taiwan, and I spent years exploring building digital democracy, especially in Web3. I also served in Taiwan's Ministry of Digital Affairs before. And my topic today is how to do from the digital assembly to digital associations. Over the past decades, younger generations have become good at using social tools and collaborative tools to act on public issues, like mobilizing supporters, coordinating actions, co-authoring materials, and even raising funds. And in these 20 years, platforms change a lot, but the way of movements is similar. During the Arabic Spring, people rely heavily on Facebook and Twitter. And this year in Nepal, youth movements show how tools like Discord or some live stream apps can enhance coordination across cities. So that's why I said the internet is natively suited in digital assemblies. In a sense, this is kind of a peace evolution of the internet era. But looking back across more authoritarian contexts, outcomes haven't been always good. So some movements contributed to democratic change, as in Tunisia and in Nepal is good, but others were still under intense surveillance and censorship, as in Hong Kong, China, and parts of the Middle East. Even so, I am cautiously optimistic about the assembly side. Generations can still be water, shifting venues and tactics, improvising guerrilla style resistance, moving from chat rooms to social channels, from shared drafting to live streams. They always find ways to converge. But what I want to discuss more closely is the other side's digital association. How do we not only gathering in moment of crisis, but also keep people engaged, stabilize procedures, and steward resources so that the communities can govern themselves over time? In this front, I am more pessimistic. So in conversations about digital democracy, we often emphasize how tools spark movements or how governments can improve services and dialogues with citizens. Less noticed is the questions of how citizens build their own institutional vehicles through digital tools. In most international human rights declarations, the freedom of assemblies and the freedom of association is side by side sit together. Association is a core political right and a basic human right. Without a sustained association, the collective will not build up into institutions. Why is digital association so hard? I think that the first is the trust and identity. How do we confirm membership, rules, responsibility, and accountability while respecting privacy? Many people now simply aren't used to working with pseudonymous counterparts. The second is the procedure and governance. The challenge is the proposal, deliberation, voting, execution, and audit help to make them transparent and more stable. And the third is the classic collective action problem. The participation demands a lot of attention and long-term commitment, but the returns always are delayed, abstract, and often not back to the person herself or himself. So yeah, there are some brilliant cases of digital association, like the Renaissance cases in Japan, shows when digital tools sit at the core of political organization, the community energy can be shaped into an institutional vehicle. In Taiwan, also, Billion will tell us more. The GovZero, though it's not a legal entity, it still sustained self-governance for years through open source collaboration. And in Ukraine DAO used crypto to move across border donations and allocation early in the war, rapidly supporting multiple relief needs and highlighting how transparent audible resources flows might furnish resilience. So the tools of the digital association are already around us, like Discord, Zoom, and Slack for continuity of meetings, decisions, and voting modules that support fair process. And not to mention, there are a lot in Web3 tools. The real task is how to compose them into a sustainable institutions, not just the one-off events. So let me close with this. Digital assemblies has shown that the internet can accelerate democratization and peaceful evolution. But to make digital democracy solid, we must turn our attention to digital association, understand why it is hard, why when assemblies can lead into associations and associations can grow into new institutions, we stand a chance of preserving civic resilience and carrying democratic practice into generation. So thank you. That's a 5 minute speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mashbean. There are so many essential points for us to carry through into our workshop there about the hard work of continuity of keeping people invested when you're past that initial moment of enthusiasm, and the importance of association and learning from Web3. These are some of the ideas I'd love all of our participants to keep in mind as we move closer to our workshop.